Hello everybody, Sean here, and we're taking a look at the Skull Forts, or the raids as they're called in Sea of Thieves. The first step to these is just finding them. They aren't always available, but when one does spawn, you'll see a giant skull in the sky, and you will need to sail towards it. Once you get to the island that it's hovering over, the first step that you need to do is clear out the island of any other players. This means either sinking them, or cooperating with them if you happen to be lucky and have found the one group of nice players in your match. Once you have dealt with other players, the next step is actually getting onto the island and securing it. This means having one person constantly on your boat sailing it around. You don't want your boat to be stationary at any point during this initial phase. While that person is sailing your boat around, you should have every other crew member going onto the island and not only killing the skeletons that are there, but specifically targeting any skeletons on cannons. There are cannons on the island, and there are also cannons on the towers that are floating in the water. Once the cannons have stopped firing on your boat, that is when you can secure your boat in a location, anchor down, and then fully commit to clearing out the island. The actual Skull Fort raid consists of 15 waves of skeletons that will spawn, after which a final wave spawns where you will kill the captain, get a key, and be able to unlock the green door that is on every one of the Skull Fort islands. Each wave of skeletons has about 10 to 12 in total, and there are 4 types of skeletons, although each wave will only spawn one type at a time. There's your standard skeleton as you see here, and then there's the upgraded version of them which has green camouflage. These ones have more health, making them more durable overall, but otherwise are essentially the same, so you just need to smack them with your sword or shoot them to kill them. The next wave, or next type rather, are the shadow skeletons. These ones are virtually impervious to damage until you lift up your lantern and disperse the shadow around their body, revealing just their bones. Once this happens, they are just like a normal skeleton and can be defeated. The final type, and the most annoying type of skeleton, is the gold-plated skeleton. These ones are basically invincible until they come in contact with water. They can either be led to water and walk through it, as you're seeing here, or you can pick up a bucket of water and toss it on them. Once the water has contacted them, they will get rusty or dirty looking, signifying that they are now vulnerable. They will also walk considerably slower once this has happened, making them far easier to kite around. Even though you've weakened them, they are still highly resistant to damage, taking dozens of sword swings and a lot of ammo from your guns just to kill them. So for this reason, we suggest a very simple tactic that's going to make the Skull Fort much easier overall. Remember we said that once the Skull Fort is clear of danger to your ship, you should anchor up and park your boat. Once you've parked the boat and you have it in a safe position, the people on the island, instead of fighting the skeletons hand to hand, should lure the skeletons close to the boat, as you're seeing here, and the person that was handling the steering before should now be on cannon duty and blast the skeletons with a cannon, or use the sniper rifle if it's only 1 or 2 skeletons. This process will speed up the Skull Fort greatly. If you try to fight the skeletons by hand, you're probably going to take a half an hour, maybe even an hour, depending on your luck, to get through a Skull Fort. However, if your crew lures the skeletons towards your ship and you use the cannons to blast them, it will greatly reduce the time, and you can clear an entire Skull Fort with this method in under 15 minutes. The other great thing about using the cannon is that it is such a high damage weapon that it will often kill the gold skeletons and the shadow skeletons without having to worry about weakening them. The cannon is just that strong that it punches through their damage resistance. Once you've cleared all 15 waves with this method, the boss wave will spawn. You can use this method to kill the boss, you'll get the key, and you can insert it into the door to open it up. Keep in mind that as soon as that door is open, the loot is fair game. So if there's an enemy vessel on the horizon, maybe wait until you've dealt with that vessel. If you're cooperating with people, keep in mind that once you've opened that door, they might kill you, you could kill them, or all sorts of just wild things could happen and result with you not getting any loot. So keep that in mind as well. However, if you're by yourself and it is safe, pop open that door and start hauling the many chests, skulls, and other valuables onto your boat and securing them. The two key items you want to look out for will be dead center of the treasure cave. There is a stronghold chest and a stronghold skull. These are the most valuable, and each will sell for several thousand gold. As long as you get them, you can rest easy knowing that you've made off with the most valuable of the loot. Although there's obviously thousands of gold worth of other items, the stronghold chest and the stronghold skull are the key ones that you want to make sure you get first. Once you have all the loot, or at least as much as you're safely able to obtain, you need to simply sail to any outpost like you would with other loot and sell it off. Do keep in mind that people might be waiting for you, because after all, this is a pirate game, and it's easier to rob a pirate than to do the raid yourself. So there might be people lurking behind islands, watching from a distance, waiting for your ship to set sail, and then they're gonna pick on you and try to get your stuff. So always be ready for a fight, even after you clear the fort. There's plenty of cannonballs, planks, and bananas on the island that you can stock up on and refuel your ship with if it's needed. But anyways, that is the Skull Forts, the raids in Sea of Thieves. Hopefully this video helps you, gives you an idea of what to expect and how to easily speed up the process of clearing it out. I thank you for watching, and we'll see everyone next time.